Yes, chat. Big up yourselves. How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing well. We're live, man.
Yes, chat, big up yourself.
Why is that? Why is that echoing? God, we don't want to be dealing with an echo. Big up to everyone, man. Yeah, been busy all day, man. I've not had a chance to stream. There's been a lot of news, a lot of Isak news, a lot of Barcola news, a lot of everything news. So make sure on your way into your stream you hit that like button. We are going to be kicking off with the Fabrizio Romano update because I've just seen it on Twitter. Now I can't remember where it is. There chat. By the way, let me know if you can hear me as well. Let me know if you can hear me, lads. I genuinely don't know if you can hear a word I'm saying. So let me know, man. Hit the like. We're back. Let me know if you can hear me, man. Let me know. Can you hear me now? Big up everyone inside, man. Big up everyone inside. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Plug the laptop in. The laptop is in. It's actually a MacBook, by the way. Can you hear me now? No, it's because I made a new StreamYard account. And yeah, I'm having to set it all up, and I think I've set it up wrong. Which, yeah, what a prat I am. But yeah, hope everyone is well. We've got Isak updates. We've got Barcola, Sesko to United. That's done. There's quite a lot of Liverpool transfer related news. Yeah, so make sure you're hitting that like button. We're on 13 likes. Also, big up to everyone, man. We just recently hit 2.1k. We just recently hit 2.1k. So, hey, hopefully we can get on the road to 2.2. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me now or not? Where is the second bid? The second bid is coming. I mean, as you can literally see on your screen. Did people choose not to read social media or anything like that? And then they get frustrated. Oh my god, where's the second bid? It's just like reading it. Let me big up the comments though. Big up CJ in the house. Big up reacts. Hit the likes. Yeah, man. Hit the likes as always. Big up Matthew. Hope you're well, my guy. Hi reacts. How are you? When do you think the bid comes in? I saw Bayern. Bro, I saw on the bus home, mate. Ridiculous. Big up, man. Hope let him come to Liverpool, the home of champions. Yeah, man. Do you think Isak and his attitude in all this, just saying why broke up a team that won the league last season? What do you mean? Sound is okay, still begging. Mate, you're a beg, bruv. Why do you watch, bro? Big up, man. Yeah, big up Tony as always, my guy. Oh God, I love rattling people, man. Big up Jacob, baby. Well, my guy. CJ, bro, you know what to do, mate. Ban that guy, innit? Ban that Jacob, dude. Can't beg for something that's free, my guy. I literally just started my stream. What a fucking div, mate. Mate. Go and do something with your life, man. Instead of watching a live stream. You're probably a 40-year-old man. Don't see your kids sat in somebody's kitchen, and yeah, can't lay off the flipping stuff. So shut up, you brat. Flipping waste, man. Honestly, you get some weirdos on the internet, man. Some weirdos. Let me just check to see if all my tweets are ready for the stream. There we go. Right, we're ready to go, man. Let's dive into the news, man. Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, he's gone, man. Bro, I can't stand people like him. I can't stand people like him. Like, bro, I doubt he's doing anything with his life. I've just had a full day at work. What's he probably done? Sat in his mate's kitchen, flipping, can't lay off the flipping, the good stuff. So, yeah, big up CJ as always, my guy. Love your content reacts. Appreciate the kind words, my guy. Big up Fozzie, man. Everyone go and drop a subscription on Fozzie, people. Go and drop a subscription on Fozzie, one of the best content creators in the space. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I don't know why you're not a mod on my channel. Let me make you a mod. Add as a moderator, standard. Moderator, there we go. Bosh. Yeah, let's get into the news then. So obviously I've not seen any of the news all day. So obviously I've been out since like 9 o'clock today working. So I've not seen any of the news, barring bits of news on the way home on the bus. So let's get into the news then. So Fabrizio Romano said Liverpool maintain their focus on Alexander Isak for the final few weeks of the summer window. New proposal ready to be submitted if Newcastle open doors to the move. Isak maintains his position. He doesn't want to play or stay at Newcastle. He wants to leave. And people talking about what was all them training stuff about. It's all about him basically saying, I don't want to be here. Respectfully, he wants to do that to them. Hating on a streamer out of the blue. He's working hard at making content for people to entertain. Listen, not many people will do a 10-hour shift and come home and do a live stream for about a good hour and a half. Not many people would. But yeah, Fozzie's one of the top guys in the industry, man. Honestly, that guy should have genuinely have 10k subscribers. He's got one of the best graphics in YouTube, abundance of knowledge across the board, and he can actually hold a conversation. Genuinely should have minimum 10k plus subscribers. Genuinely. But yeah, man, let me run a poll. You know, I'm gonna run a poll. Will Isak be a red? Go on, but let me know your thoughts and feelings, man, because we've had a bit of Isak news and a couple. Do you remember when Lewis Steele said a couple of weeks ago, it's hard to see Isak becoming a Liverpool player? I'm pretty sure I saw the tweet on the way home. He said, I think he is. Liverpool journos are now coming out thinking he's going to be a Liverpool player. Bro, if James Pearce even says it's a thing, then you know it's a thing. You know it's a damn thing. This is what Craig Hope said. Craig Hope believes that Isak will join Liverpool this summer for a British record fee approaching 150 million, but that can happen at least a striker has to find their way into St James's Park. Well, it's looking like they want to go and get Jackson. So there's obviously some news on Jackson which I want to speak about as well. What's the comments? Yeah, big up Fuzzy as well. Yeah, everyone go and drop a subscribe. Yeah, you know what? Let me get your link in the chat. Right, listen, we've been live for about 5 minutes. We've already got 30 of you plus in the building. Right, let me get Fozzie's link in the description because what a top guy, man. OC forever. And guys, he's on the road to 3K just like me. So if you guys are helping me, help my brother out as well. Drop a subscription on his channel. So yeah, big up, man. 26 likes already. Big up to everyone. But yeah, look, everyone's thinking this is going to happen. David C. Cup Liverpool will return with a second offer. I said this yesterday, guys. I said this yesterday on many occasions. With the Isak situation, I'm not concerned because I do think it'll get to a point where Liverpool will ultimately just bid for him. Liverpool will just bid for him. Liverpool will get to a point where they're just like, you know what? I'm done. We're done. We've given you plenty of time. We've given you plenty of weeks to get a player in. We're now coming for our player now. Withhold that mutual respect. That respect goes out the window now. We need to bring Isak to Liverpool Football Club. Get into the active training ground. I think we bid for him before the Bournemouth game in a week. What, a week tomorrow? So our first Premier League game is a week tomorrow. Now you'll always show me support, man. You show me some massive amounts of support since I started YouTube, so it's always good to give back, my guy. Big up to Andico Footy. Hope you're okay. I'm good, mate. I hope yourself is as well. Isak is happy to train alone. Really kicking off. Move to us. Yeah. Facts. I said this for many times. Yes, do I think Isak's behaviour is wrong? Yes. Would I like a Liverpool player to do it? No. Have I seen my club do it? Yes. But if it ultimately means he becomes a Liverpool player, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really care. Because I've seen my club happen to it many times. Coutinho, Trent chatting behind our back in my lifetime. So it's time for our turn to get a bit of the rub of the green. Do you know what I mean? So clubs are well aware. Exactly. Newcastle, I know they're going to sell now. It's getting old news at Newcastle. People still thinking Newcastle are not going to sell him. Please tell me why they're trying to buy Benjamin Sesko for 80 million quid as a backup then. As a backup. When Newcastle are already struggling to bring in players, Newcastle are already struggling to bring in transfers. So Newcastle struggled to sign James Tradford for 27 million quid, Mark Gahey, Mateus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Mohamed Kudus, Hugo Ekitike. I think there's one more on the list. Please tell me why Newcastle won't be trying to bring in attackers. Because they've already got Jacob Murphy, Elanga, Anthony Gordon, as it stands, Alexander Isak. Who else have they got? So they've got Jacob Murphy, Alexander Isak, Elanga, Anthony Gordon. They've got that. Oh, I forgot that kid's name. There's a kid's name that just recently signed. Why would this be trying to sign attackers? Harvey Barnes. Yeah, Harvey Barnes. Why would they be trying to be signing attackers if they didn't want to bring in a replacement? When they're already struggling to bring in, like I said, the goalkeeper situation, the centre-back situation. Like, why would you trying to be spending most of your time on a player that's going to be a backup rather than a position that is mandatory for your squad? You need centre-backs. Shaw, everyone's getting older. Botman is made of cheese. And obviously they've just brought in Ramsey on a loan. So they had to get him on a loan deal. They couldn't even afford him. So I think what their plan is, look, spend the money they have. The current money they have is probably about 100 million to spend. Yeah, that's his name, Oslo as well. So their plan is to probably spend about 80, 90 million on an attacker. And then once they get that Isak money through, they'll be able to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds. That's why they're trying to bring in that attacker so they can sell him. The only way Isak doesn't become a Liverpool player is Liverpool just don't actually bid. But Liverpool are going to bid. They're going to bid. They're not going to waste months and months and months and months for it to not like, yeah, we're not going to bid again. Of course they're going to bid again. Would you want Gordon despite his Everton links? What? Anthony Gordon? People in the chat know I rate Anthony Gordon, my guy. Gordon's, Barnes, Isak, Murphy, Elanga. Yeah. As you said, Footy Madrid literally in Trent's ear for 2 years saying, wind your contract down and they will be getting world record fees now near the same facts. Simon Jordan's a tit, by the way. He's an absolute tit. Coming on flipping the radio station. Oh, I think the way Liverpool have acted is unacceptable. Okay, what about Real Madrid then? What about Real Madrid? What about Real Madrid? How many players do they tap up, pause, to try and sign on free contracts 2-3 years in advance? Oh, but no, that's fine. That's fine. Where was he about the Coutinho situation? When Coutinho was literally faking borderline injuries, putting in transfer requests, where was he? Nowhere. In the woods, the Pratt. Chronicle report, Isak not being sold this window, breaking news. Who said that? Mate, that reporter is probably as much knowledgeable as my cat. And I don't have a cat. And he's a younger striker. Big up to everyone in the house, man. He supported the Trent move. Exactly. Oh, but he's done everything for the club. Local lad. Okay, then by his logic, by Simon Jordan's logic, Isak's done everything for their club. He's won their first trophy in 70 years. He's got in Champions League football twice, another cup final, all within his tenure. All within his tenure, 2 cup finals, won one of them, and got 2 Champions League places, and scored abundance of goals and given them unbelievable memories. He's not going to win the Premier League in the next 2 to 3 years, or nor the Champions League. He might win a cup or 2, but that's it. He's completed everything. So if he goes off the base of Trent's logic, he's completed everything then. So it should be fine. Because it's Liverpool, it gets clicks, it's easy to wind up the Liverpool fans. Let's try and wind up the Liverpool fans so we can get the front of the pages, front of the YouTube thumbnails, this and that. The guy is an big up. I like a lot. Big up to TalkSport, right? I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of them. But Simon Jordan's a tit. Local Newcastle paper. That's your answer, bro. Trent went for free. Isak's getting exactly. Isak's helping them. Isak's going to be able to help them spend more money. It's not like he's going for 30 million. Right. What I don't understand is how else is he supposed to express his feelings if Newcastle? So according to Simon Jordan, he's just meant to keep saying, "I want to leave. I want to leave." He has to do something if Newcastle aren't going to let him leave. Do you know what I mean? I can't stand him. Simon Jordan said he wants Newcastle to rinse his for Isak. Mate, his pockets were flipping rinsed because he failed at Crystal Palace. Shouldn't be clapping him off. Simon Jordan's got a serious problem. Simon Jordan's got a problem with anyone. The one thing I'll give Simon Jordan, he knows how to create a narrative and he knows how to get views. Imagine we actually got good money for Trent as well. We would be swimming in it. Yeah, we could be Trent, a prime Trent Alexander-Arnold, 2-3 years left in his contract. Give me 120 million. Deal 100%. Deal off 100%. Now it gets reported in areas. Mate, the deal's not off. Mark Goldbridge said they purposely tried to wind up LSC fans. Yeah, and he did what? He did work at TalkSport. Yeah, I think he did TalkSport on Saturday nights for like call-in shows and stuff like that. I like TalkSport boxing because I've met a few of them. They're nice guys, but the people that are what's that guy that always tries to wind up Liverpool? Not Simon Jordan. We already spoke about him. There's another. I can't. Yeah, they're all jarring. They're all jarring. Let me just whack up that tweet back up. And yeah, this is what's coming out from Mark Douglas, and bear in mind this is a Northern football correspondent, that Alexander Isak's camp plan to apply pressure on the situation at Newcastle, which may force the move buckle up as he looks to leave the club and pursue a move to Anfield. I mean, you've seen the clips of him going at the car, hood up, looking down, just like it's like he just come out of a nightclub. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. And I keep saying this, for example, to Newcastle fans. Why would you want to keep a player that doesn't want to be there? Oh, and also, by the way, can I just, before we move on from the Simon Jordan thing, I just remembered. Where's Simon Jordan talking about Wissa? He's literally refused to pick up the phone to him. Refused to do all sorts of training. He's literally said, I'm not playing for your club until you sell me. Where's that? Oh, because it's Brentford. It doesn't get as many views. His name's Wissa. Isak, one of the best strikers in the league. Liverpool, the biggest club in the country. Put them together. Views. Where's the talk about Wissa, though? Oh, wait, there isn't any. There isn't any talk about Wissa. Shock. Jason Cundy. Oh, I prefer not to speak because I can get myself in very big trouble. But that guy is an bloody tit. I read somewhere 1st of September Isak can buy himself out of the contract. Is that true? I've not seen any of that, if I'm being honest. Romano on his YouTube channel, breaking news. No, it isn't. Because if it is, everyone in my chat, I've got 50 people watching, mate. 50 people. I'll have 50 people, probably even more, joining the stream saying, Isak's off, Isak's off. Big up Roy Red, mate. Hope you're well, my guy. But yeah, 28 likes, man. Let's try and get these likes up to 40 if we can, people. Big up to everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Friday tomorrow, Friday then, Saturday, Sunday, what, you know. It's going to be a good weekend. Cup final. Well, not Cup final, Community Shield final. Liverpool Crystal Palace. I'm really looking forward to that. I like the Community Shield, if I'm being honest. But yeah, everyone's coming out and just saying it's going to happen. It's going to happen, man. What's the poll saying? 84%. I'm sound, lad. Hope you are too. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I am good today. A bit tired, if I'm being honest. Did a full shift today. But I thought, I'm on the bus home and I'm like, you know what? No. Look, we got to stream. Funny, it's okay. Newcastle to unsettle Wissa. Yep. Yeah, we can get to 40 likes. Literally 0 been said. Facts, bro. Am I the only one that thinks Barcola would be a massive downgrade on Isak or Rodrigo? We'll get into that about the Barcola chat because people in the chat know I rate Anthony Gordon more. Yeah, my granddad's okay, mate. I appreciate it. That's Simon Jordan's wish, not to Newcastle's. Simon Jordan. I was going to play the clip, but I thought, nah, it will wind me up. But yeah, if you've not seen the news, I'll get it up on Twitter. There's been a couple of big updates today. Yeah, Benjamin Sesko. Yeah, he's gone to United, man. And obviously he tweeted about Isak not too far after. Yeah, he's going for his medical. And yeah, that was it. Here we go, 5 hours ago. I saw that on the bus home and I was thinking, what a joke, man. Why would you want to go to Man United? Tapped. I think we will see Isak do a medical next week, says Alan. A medical, next week. Is that what you think? I mean, look. Anything's possible, my guy. Anything is possible. Very much. Wow, big up to everyone, man. We're 90 subs away from 2.2. Big up, man. I love my community. They'll be getting rejected by a medical. Yeah. Smash the likes. Yeah, big up, man. Big up Jordan, bro. Be well, my guy. Where did I see the comment? And I think they'll be doing a medical next week. I would doubt it. I think this is going to take a bit more time, but I do think we bid for him next week. I do think we bid for him, and I think you see a lot more movement because the Jackson stuff looks like that's coming to life. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens on that regard to Jackson. And I saw someone put in the chat about Bayern Munich, and it's like, oh my god, are these clubs like, is every flipping European club just rang up each other on the phone and bought, right, if Newcastle try and target him, we'll go for him, we'll go for him, we'll go for him. It's like, just fuck it off. Mind my language, but just genuinely fuck off, Newcastle. Get your targets in and stop messing about. Genuinely. 19th. What do you mean the 19th? We would need a here we go at the weekend for a medical next week. Well, no, medicals can take place the next day. Like, Hugo Katike literally did his medical, started getting ready to fly out to his medical literally not long after. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, big up. I think Isak signs on the 19th. He's sticking to it. Fair play. Look, if you get that, I'll tell you this now, mate. If we sign Alexander Isak on the 19th, I don't even know, bro. I'll be like, listen, what's the lotto numbers for the next year? Thank you. Good news, Bayern on in for Jackson being denied Horrible Newcastle. Where's that been? I'll be honest, chat, because obviously I've been at work all day, so I've only seen Liverpool related news. I've not seen like other club news barring the Sesko thing, which someone mentioned it at work. Said, "Oh, Sesko, we can get to 40 likes, bro. We can get to 50 likes. We can get to 50. We've got 70 of you in the building. Isak Dialoff, man, mate, just stop chatting rubbish. So Thursday night, go and spend it with your kids, mate, instead of coming on a flipping 20-year-old live stream chatting nonsense. Oh my god, some people, can't be helped. CJ, he's interested, but you're guaranteed to start. Chat, where was the Jackson news? I think when I saw on the bus, it was Florian Plettenberg. I can't remember if it was Florian Plettenberg. Obviously, Darwin's on his way to do his medical. I think this is it. Oh yeah, I liked it. FC Bayern Munich have made inquiries about Nicholas Jackson in the past few hours. Bayern have gathered information on his current status, price, and conditions. Newcastle are seriously interested. The 22-year-old versatile striker is on the verge of leaving Chelsea. Price valuation €65 million. Newcastle, I swear, do not bottle this. If they bottle this, I might low-key give up. Low-key. Is Plattenberg reliable? Plattenberg is reliable when it comes to Germany kind of news, if that makes sense. Like players from the Bundesliga. Although he did say Florian Wirtz was number 10, and Wirtz literally came on his Instagram and said, "No, I don't respect players." And he's happy with number 7. So, yeah. I would say he's reliable, and I would take him as a 80, no, I would say 70-30 for Plattenberg. But he's alright. Let me see if, I think, has David Ornstein tweeted anything today? I've not seen anything. David Ornstein, what have you said, mate? Literally about Sesko. Oh yeah, I saw that. Madison, that's mad. Feel for him, man, because he's a baller. But What can you do? What can you do? What can you Scooby-Dooby-Doo? I did bookmark some things. Oh, Craig. I've not checked Craig Hope's stuff. Let's have a look. Brentford interest in, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, has given hope on Wissa to Newcastle moving soon. Newcastle being patient as aware Wissa decided to join the club but will need resolution. Where do Newcastle go from here? Revealed the latest strikers on shortlist, the truth on Jackson's plus fee. Today's Wissa developments. Let me have a look. Is this like a video? Yeah, we're not going to look at that. Did he tweet anything else? Alexander Isak will not play for Newcastle in the Saga Cup this weekend. Yeah, I've seen that. That's mad. So, yeah, he's not going to be doing any training with the squad this week. He's not doing any training with the squad then. Because if he was, he would do team training. He might get 15-20 minutes because it's a Saga Cup, last game pre-season, roll out Isak. He's not going to do any team training this week. That tweet has kind of confirmed it. Like, yo, no team training, bro. Mad. Absolute mad. I want to see if anyone's put out. We are going to get onto the Barcola stuff as well, chat. We're going to be live for a good hour. Good another hour or so. So obviously then I'll go make food and chill. Next. I forgot to tweet out I'm live. Also, we can check out Indicala's news, and then what we'll do is we're going to check. I've just seen Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, not tweeted, sorry, I put out a video 10 minutes ago, so let me just tweet out I'm live, and then I will put up some other stuff for you guys. Hit the like button while I do this, guys. Big up to them. Live on YouTube. Big easy. Mars, right. Big up the chat. Big up the chat. Let's check Indy. Yo, because if you guys haven't seen yet, do you know Indy got thingied by thingied. Pause. Indy got quote tweeted by David Ornstein. Again, this guy's just becoming more and more reliable, so big up to him. That's about Belabor, no one cares. Has he said anything about Liverpool today? Alexander Isak want to play in the club. He was happy with the news. Bro. He was happy with the news, you know. He wants his transfer to Liverpool to progress ASAP. That's about Benjamin Sesko. LFC and Arsenal both contacted Real Madrid to inquire about Rodrigo on loan with an obligation to buy. If that's the case, sorry, get it done. No messing about. Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. Absolute mad chat. Big up Philip, hope you're well, my guy. Hope you are well. Hope you are well, mate. Hope you are doing well. Right, chat, what we'll do is we're going to play the Fabrizio Romano clip for you. He's put out a video. Right, which one am I playing first? That's got Barcola on the thumbnail. We'll play that after. Because that's got Jackson and Isak in it. So, yes. We'll play. For God's sake, no one cares ads, man. Like, leave me alone.
Fabrizio Romano here. What a busy day on the market. Many things are happening.
Right.
I will keep you posted on everything.
Before I keep playing it, can you hear it? Did you hear that? Yes, reacts. Okay, so
Everything, many news from all sides of the world. And so let's jump into a new video.
Right, he's talking about Benjamin Sesko there. No one cares. Who gives a flip about Martinez to join Al sir? What we care about is the Liverpool updates. Okay. So from now to the end of the video, there's some updates. He speaks about Jackson to Chelsea, to Newcastle. Let's have a listen from there.
And then, guys, more things to say from England. Strikers. Just quickly, something to say on Nicolas Jackson. My understanding, guys, is that between Nico Jackson and Chelsea, the decision mutual is to part ways. I've been telling you for weeks that Jackson is expected to leave Chelsea, but now I can tell you that Jackson will leave Chelsea. So that's the decision of the club and of the player between each other. They feel that it's time to part ways. Chelsea signed the new strikers. Jackson wants to feel important, and so Jackson will go. The price tag is around 80 million pounds, but there is obviously it's going to be important to see how much will be the bids, because at the moment no club is arriving at that, and so maybe they can try to negotiate the price. But Chelsea start from 80 million pounds. Then on Nico Jackson, let me say that there is strong interest from Newcastle. Newcastle consider Jackson as one of the options, not the only one, be attentive, but one of the options they have for the striker position. Then there is also interest from Tottenham. If Richarlison leaves, Jackson is a target for Tottenham. But if Richarlison leaves...
I'm sorry, yeah. But do you know if Newcastle lose out to flipping Tottenham, put the fries in the bloody bag. Put the fries in the bag.
Then it's also important to say that other clubs called from Italy, from Germany, Bayern, but at the moment, Premier League looks like the most likely destination for Nicolas Jackson. So let's see what's going to happen there. Calls from Bayern, calls from Italian clubs, but Newcastle considering Nicolas Jackson as one of the names in their shortlist, and then Tottenham if Richarlison leaves. This is the situation around Nico Jackson now. But the news of the day is that Jackson is for sure going. That's the understanding. So I think he's no longer going to be part of the upcoming games also. And so this is the feeling around Jackson, working on a solution, because he's going to be the next big name on the market after many this summer. And then, guys, many questions on Alexander Isak again. Isak will not be part of the game this weekend. It's confirmed, but also Isak is sending clear messages to Newcastle. He's not changing his mind. It's almost 2-3 weeks with this situation ongoing. But Isak hasn't changed his mind. At the moment, he doesn't want to play for Newcastle. He doesn't want to be part of Newcastle squad. He wants to go. He wants to leave. And so let's see if Newcastle will be able to...
Listen to what he said there.
...sort this situation. Newcastle. He's not changing his mind. It's almost 2-3 weeks with this situation ongoing.
He's not changing his mind. You've heard it from the top journalist himself. He's not changing his mind. That's why Liverpool can take their time. Again, we've got Newcastle just like we had Leverkusen. Let me just recap. Leverkusen wanted to bring in some players before selling him. Florian Wirtz. They brought in Flecken. They had the Kwanzaa deal wrapped up. And I believe they brought someone else. Just like Newcastle are going to bring in a couple of attackers before selling. Also, add into the fact that Florian Wirtz only wants Liverpool. Alexander Isak only wants Liverpool. He doesn't want to return. Florian Wirtz didn't want to return. Do you see the similarities? And that's exactly why Liverpool are taking their time. There's no reason to rush. There's not like there's 4 or 5 clubs involved. Only one, and that's Liverpool.
But Isak hasn't changed his mind. At the moment, he doesn't want to play for Newcastle. He doesn't want to be part of Newcastle squad. He wants to go. He wants to leave. And so let's see if Newcastle will be able to sort this situation. But Liverpool remain there. Liverpool are ready to bid again if Newcastle open the doors. So Liverpool will not bid for nothing. If Newcastle don't open the doors, doesn't make any sense to send the 2, 3, 4, 5 bids. But if Newcastle open the doors, Liverpool will be absolutely ready to bid. also because Darwin Núñez is
The thing is, Fabrizio is just kind of saying it in a more of a PR way. Newcastle open the doors. The door is open. Newcastle just want to let some people in before they let Isak out the door.
gone, Luis Diaz is gone, so Liverpool are more than ready, and Isak is more than ready to go to Liverpool. The priority for Liverpool remains Isak, but now depends again on Newcastle, working on new striker, and so we will be following the situation. But for sure, again, want to watch summer transfer window. The situation of Alexander Isak with Liverpool remains absolutely ongoing and on. Hey guys, let me know your opinion now on this video, as always, on all these topics.
Big up, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, 80 mil for Jackson's mad. I don't think they'll pay 80 mil. I think the Athletic reported they can get him for like, what was it? Like 60 mil. What's that other guy? Keith Dowie, has he uploaded anything? Let's have a look. Because I know he's always uploading. No, his last video was the barbecue. Yo, big up to everyone live, man. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing fantastic today, though. I hope everyone is doing well. Also, we've not seen the Ballon d'Or things. Have actually also been mentioned as well. Finally, Alisson Becker's actually getting the recognition. And yeah, as you can see, look, he's not going to change his mind, guys. And that's some of the quotes again. Chelsea's smart with these outgoings. That's the one. I feel like Fabrizio is on stream with you. Yeah. Yeah, big up Fabrizio, man. Maybe one day, guys, he can come on. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? Yeah, we can get to 45. I think Chelsea will lower the price tag exactly because Jackson wants to leave. Chelsea want to sell him. Jackson wants to leave. It makes sense. Get the deal done. Do you know what I mean? I will be shocked if that deal isn't done. Do you know what I mean? I'll be shocked if we don't do a deal there. What's the poll saying about Isak? 88%. Yeah, everyone's confident, man, at this point. Everyone is confident that he will be a Liverpool player. It's just going to take time. And if it means the time it takes, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? Chat, you know what? I'm going to let you guys decide. Do you want to keep talking about Alexander Isak? Or do you want to move on to other news? Because, yeah, let me know. Any other news? We're going to be live for a bit longer anyway, so 75 of you watching. Let me know. Barcola? Yeah, we can talk about Barcola. Facts. Newcastle has like sport kiddies that will play for Liverpool. He will. You will indeed, my guy. There's no... Well, yeah, if the chat want to talk about Barcola, we'll talk about Barcola. I think Fabrizio actually did a video on Barcola. Let me have a look. So let's listen to what Fabrizio said about Barcola. Let's listen. What's he said? Fabrizio Romano. Yeah, because I think he had Barcola in the thumbnail. Oh, for God's sake, no one cares about ads, man. Why are you showing me potatoes? Flipping David Beckham, who gives a toss? Right, Barcola was in the thumbnail, so I'd assume he spoke about it. Yeah, got actually to Chelsea. Oh, right. You said this about Barcola. Here we go.
Many questions on the Bradley Barcola case. Because, as I told you, he's one of the players that Liverpool really appreciate, but I keep maintaining what I told you yesterday. Liverpool priority, as of today, remains Alexander Isak. Liverpool want to sign Alexander Isak, and they've not changed their mind. Then, if the Alexander Isak deal doesn't happen, Barcola can be an option. But the idea of Liverpool is to sign Alexander Isak. Then, for Barcola, don't forget Paris Saint-Germain, because I keep telling you, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, Luis Campos, who is the director who signed Bradley Barcola. Don't forget that. And Luis Enrique, the coach who gave him incredible value, all want Barcola to stay and to sign a new contract. So PSG have a new contract ready for Bradley Barcola, and they are prepared to advance in these negotiations. So now it will also depend on the player, but PSG want Barcola to stay and want to extend his contract. The focus of Liverpool in this moment is on Alexander Isak, so they appreciate Barcola. But as of today, focus on Isak. And so, guys.
So yeah, he basically said again, that's kind of what Fabrizio's take is on Barcola. I mean, we can go through some of the tweets that's been made about Barcola, because I bookmarked a few. So yeah, Alexander Isak's the priority, and he will remain the priority for Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, how do I feel about Barcola though being an alternative? I like Barcola, and look, CJ, you're in the chat. I know you do. I know you raise him. I like, but I've mentioned. Have I not mentioned to you before? I like him. I like him, not the price tag. I'm not paying over 100 million. Sorry, no. When you can go and get Rodrigo potentially on loan. Here's one chat. Rodrigo on loan and Mateta or Barcola. I know which one I'm picking. I know exactly which one I'm picking. People forget Barcola's 21 to be fair. He's a good player. I just rate others above him, especially for that price. If Barcola was what? 50 to 80 million, he would be up there with my choices. But it's the price tag that's like, But people, I know people say it's not your money, blah, blah, blah. But Liverpool aren't going to go and spend 100 million on Barcola and then bring in another forward. That's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I mentioned Mateta is because he's a striker that we've been linked to this summer for a bit. You know? Let me go through the Barcola tweets. So this is what French journalist Julian Lawrence said. PSG rejected 2 approaches to Liverpool for Bradley Barcola, one early this summer and one on Wednesday. PSG are not open to a transfer, nor does the winger want to leave the league. Look, if he doesn't want to leave league, what are we doing? Yeah. Isak remains, let's be clear, remains one more advanced. And the priority is if Newcastle open the doors and attempt on Bradley Barcola, Liverpool could, maybe by the end of the window. And then he said Liverpool consider Bradley Barcola as a world-class player, but no bid or talks at this stage. Focus remains on Isak. PSG want to keep Barcola and offer him a new deal. They want to offer him a new deal. You have to think he's the poster boy of French football in the next decade. 21 years old. PSG super talent. The only thing is, would PSG want to keep him knowing he's going to be fourth choice? Is Bradley Barcola going to be a starting player for PSG in the next 3 years? Probably not. With Kvici Kvaratskhelia there, Ousmane Dembele, and Doué. Not a chance. So that's where it's going to come down to the player side. If he wants to leave, potentially PSG sell him, because if PSG was to go, Rodrigo is definitely a name, and obviously Fabrizio Romano confirmed that. But I don't see a world where we move for Barcola. I'll be shocked if we go for him, if I'm being honest. Footy Craig Hope new video. What, Craig Hope does videos, does he? Let me have a look. Assume this is his channel, yeah. 2 days ago. Which one am I looking at?
Well, hello.
Which Craig video? This? What, from 12 hours ago? Let me know which one. And I'll play it. Right, let me get into the chat. Barcola is a baller, but similar to Nunes, misses too many big chances for me in the price. Exactly. Depends on what you want. Do you want flashy, skillful players that's going to miss? Or do you want cold-blooded finishers up front? Barcola and Duo are the kind of players that will never leave PSG. I agree, to be fair. Yeah, where's this video at? Or if not, send it me on Twitter. Let Liverpool be Isak and Barcola. I doubt we get both, mate. Barcola is fake pish. Shut it down. Do you think Barcola is a smoke screen? I do. I actually wouldn't be surprised as well. Nicholas Jackson has made it clear to his agent he wants to join Newcastle. Why did that just come in? Let me have a look. Has that just come in? Is this the indie tweet you're on about? Yeah, I know he's definitely going to leave. Oh yeah, I saw that. Nicholas Jackson has made it clear he wants to join Newcastle, yeah. So yeah, that's the situational name. Alison didn't have to do it. Yeah, how many likes are we on chat? 40. Oh, we can get 50, man. We can get 50. If you hadn't subscribed, make sure you have as well. Will Isak join Liverpool? I think he does. Let me see if Ant has sent me that video. Because he said Craig Hope new video, but the last video was 2 days ago. Yeah, and send me that if you're still in the chat, mate. I know it's your opinion, but your takes are false. I'm just responding, mate, that's all. Huh? What are you on about? What are you on about? Which one Jackson it is? No. Oh my god, no, wait, no. On the bus home, I saw that Liverpool are linked to Wissa. I think it was from the Empire Cup. Oh, bruv. I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes to light, just to kind of push Newcastle a little bit. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I was a bit confused. Oh, he sent me a video. Oh my god.
Part of the year, my watch just started vibrating like hell. I said, listen, boys, the sun cream can wait here. It'll turn to a tan in a few days' time anyway. I got my phone out the bag and it was there that Alexander Isak wasn't on the plane with his teammates. It's not just the cracks appearing, it's the whole thing falling down.
But Arsenal, I
back. It's nice and comfortable. I love mine. I have to say one great thing.
Yeah.
That Wix table
It's looking good,
is
isn't it?
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, you can take zero credit for that.
Joe,
Deserved. I mean,
he's not having it.
you have to remember, right? They lost. Napoli lost Kvaratskhelia. Struggle saying his name still.
Yeah.
They lost him in Jan.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there a way to see where he said all this? Because, I mean, I could just skip to bits like this.
And yeah, from that moment on, guys, my summer and my last 2.5 weeks have not been my own. They haven't been the same. It's been brilliant. It's been a big, fascinating story with twists and turns every day. But we at the Daily Mail broke it that night. Isak wants to go. 30 million views, I think it got on X, and then goodness knows how many across all of our platforms. But that was day one, and it started on a water slide.
Greg, can I quickly ask, how's the family been in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know. I haven't seen
I
them.
agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
When I went back to the hotel and I sat with my wife, I said, listen, you understand the
latest news regarding Isak, it was kind of the same. Liverpool are preparing a bid. Newcastle opened the doors. What Fabrizio said in the tweet. He also said, Alexander Isak has made it again clear, which I think he made it clear yesterday when he was with Eddie Howe. I want to go. I want to go.
sort of the gravity and the enormity of this now. So she did. She was really good, but her and the three boys had a sort of a mini holiday on their own for 3 or 4 days, and I was just working and popping in and seeing them. So interesting times.
Craig, there are so many holes in this story, but the biggest one really is that you put suntan lotion on your kids. No Geordie family does that. Just take another Newcastle top on them. I mean, there is, you are getting a bit of a reputation for being the Grim Reaper of transfer news for Newcastle, because it has been, I think, fair to say, a disastrous transfer window, hasn't it, for Newcastle? They've missed out on nearly everybody they were after, Craig.
Yeah, they have. And people call me the Grim Reaper, and some say you're negative. I'm not negative. I'm not positive. I'm just telling the truth. It's real. And I think this summer, especially on the back of the Isak news, and you said there, Gordon, that me breaking the news had broken their hearts. I could tell them the opposite. I could tell them Alexander Isak is happy, he wants to stay. It's not true. If you want to hear that, okay, fair enough. You know, Mark will tell you, I think ultimately as a supporter, you want to know what's really going on inside your club. And it has been a turbulent summer. Turbulent is the word I've used. I'm not far, guys, from escalating turbulence into crash and burn. This every day now is a different rejection. And just overnight, we've seen the scenario with Benjamin Sesko play out. Now, when I was out in Korea with Newcastle last week, the feeling was that Sesko did want Manchester United. But while that offer from Man United wasn't there, they had to follow through with it in the chance that they could pull the deal off. It doesn't look as if that's going to happen. It's back to the drawing board in terms of a striker. But crucially, what does it mean for Alexander Isak? Well, he can't go anywhere until they've got those replacements in. So, yeah, a disastrous summer, Gordon. I would go along with that. Use whatever adjective you want with that element of Spain, of difficulty on it. It's not going well at all.
Yeah, just going on from, a successful season as a fan, watching Newcastle United win their first trophy in so many years, the positivity around the club, going into that end of season, qualifying for the Champions League. What do you think's gone wrong? What do you think to create this summer? We've got the Saudi Arabia, and I've had dealings with Saudi Arabia, how, they can easily get bored, for example, if some project's not going in the right direction.
I can't lie, chat. I think the PIF might sell Newcastle. Controversial. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What do you believe is going wrong within the club that is creating this issue that we're seeing now? Top players not wanting to sign for Newcastle United, bearing in mind, no disrespect to Manchester United, they're a big club, but they haven't got Champions League, and now players are happy not to play in the Champions League maybe 1 year, maybe another year, or to come and play for Newcastle United, which is already, playing in Champions League next season.
Yeah, it's a good question, Mark, and to try and explain, this isn't just about this summer. This hasn't just happened in the last 3 or 4 weeks. This has been brewing now for the best part of 16, 17 months. And I take you back to last summer when Amanda Staveley and Murdoch Gudusi left the club against their wishes. That was the start of it all, really. On the back of that, the sporting director, Paul Mitchell, came in. Now, Paul Mitchell didn't work from the start. Came in and I think what was it I wrote in the Daily Mirror? He ruffled more feathers than a fox in a hen house. It was incredible how he came in and upset the folk who had done all of that good work. Really, it was quite remarkable that Eddie Howe managed to keep everything together last season, and they had the campaign they did. The first domestic trophy in 70 years, qualifying again for the Champions League. A striker who wanted out 12 months ago, scoring 27 goals in Alexander Isak. The job Eddie Howe did was remarkable because those players, they were unsettled long before this summer, Mark. That goes back to what the likes of Isak thought or failed promise.
I mean, one of their players were unsettled last year, Anthony Gordon. He was going around the England training camp saying, I'm coming home and going back to Liverpool, my boyhood club and all this and that. So this has been ongoing for the best part of a year with players at Newcastle being unsettled. I hate to break it to you, man.
On contracts. players looking at 3 transfer windows without those big names, those other reinforcements coming in. They were starting to feel unsettled. The project they thought they'd brought into, in terms of off the pitch, no new training ground, no updates on the stadium. They were starting to have doubts. So for Eddie to do what he did last year was remarkable, incredible. What they managed to achieve within the confines of that training ground was absolutely elite, a miracle. But what we're seeing now is not just the cracks appearing, it's the whole thing falling down. Can it be salvaged? Of course it can be. They're still Newcastle United. They've still got that fan base. I've just spent 2 weeks with them. They've still got Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton, Anthony Gordon. They've still got Eddie Howe and his staff. All is not lost. And it can change. It can flip.
What's to say that Bruno's release clause doesn't get activated next summer? He's got a 100 mil release clause. That can get activated next summer. If that gets activated, Anthony Gordon, we already know, he's had previous of wanting to leave. And now players are going to be saying, crap, if I go to Newcastle in a couple of years' time, they might not let me leave. That's not a good look on them. Say what you like about Isak's behaviour, take that apart. But they will be thinking, God, if I go to Newcastle, there's a chance I might not be able to leave. Especially if you're a young player. It's different if you sound like an old guard, maybe 30 years plus, or cool, whatever. But if you sound someone anywhere between the age of 20 and 24, they're going to be thinking, in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I'll not be able to leave. That's what they're going to be thinking. Do you know what I mean?
Quickly in football, but right now they're going through a hell of a time. Morale is low. I love Eddie to pieces. I'd go into bat for him all day. There was times I was out with him there in Korea. He wasn't really himself. He's feeling it. The players will be feeling it. They need some good news. They need to change that narrative. Right now, there's no sign of that.
How much, he wasn't very well either, was he, Eddie? I mean, do you think, there's the famous book, The Body Keeps the Score.
No offence, but let's just get through some of these bits.
Want to argue we've been a mess for years. We've created so many problems for ourselves. And then
the relationships he didn't develop with key staff. He inherited this situation with Alexander Isak, where Isak thought he was promised the money from Amanda.
I'll be honest, since Amanda Shavely left, they've gone downhill because she was the woman, that truly saved Newcastle. You saw the passion that she had. And then ever since she sold her shares, in the bin. Footy, not sure if you're a snooker fan, but there's a massive court case coming up soon in Saudi's Pros Tour. They want a new tour if they win. They'll be getting into other areas. I think so. You already seen with Chelsea's links to the PRF. And that's why I think Jackson will probably be an easy deal, because Chelsea do have links to Saudi. And they could probably easily very much strike a deal. Plus, Jackson's not going to cost you much.
Xavier Murdoch, could you see that he was no doubt owed and he no doubt deserved. But Paul Mitchell took the view, hold on a minute, we're not in a great position PSR-wise here.
Yeah,
this is a player who's got 4 years to run on his contract. He's already paid amongst the very top earners at the football club. Why does he need a new deal? And if we do give him a new deal, what you've then got is 2 or 3 others.
Of course he needs a new deal. He's on 120 grand a week. He's one of the best players in the Premier League, one of the best strikers, if not the best pound for pound in the league. Top 3, top 4 strikers in world football. He's on 120 grand a week. He's come up to 26 years of age. He's probably got, 2, 3 big contracts left. Of course he's going to want a big contract. When you got Kai Havertz down in London, who's on 300 grand a week, playing up front for Arsenal, of course he's going to want a new contract. Craig.
Knocking on the door, saying they want parity. So having just solved your PSR problem, you're putting...
What Newcastle should have done, and Man City did it straight away. They did the infrastructure, the training ground, the stadium. Why? Because it increases revenue, which allows you to not have PSR issues. Because Newcastle don't drive in enough revenue to be able to spend. Why do you think Manchester United are always allowed to spend? Because of the revenue. Because of Man United's revenue is the reason why they're allowed to spend while being in debt. It's been the case for years. So Newcastle need to work on the stadium factor. But instead of trying to bring in these players, it seems like the past 18 months, there's been no plan.
Yourself back in it immediately. I understand from the business perspective, the decision that was taken. What that doesn't account for is the human at the other end of it. And the moment the club made that decision, Alexander Isak thought he was missing out on a year's worth of money he was owed. He resents that. That's why in his mind, he was always going to give it everything for one season because of the respect he's got for Eddie, supporters and his teammates. But once that season was done, he was out of here. He checked out, and that's why they are where they are.
What does that do to the dressing room then? You know, as you say, that's a big job for Eddie to fix that, isn't it? And can he fix that situation now? You know, because
he's going to try later on today. They're going to have a family barbecue. All the players are coming in with the children. If any children impress in the little kickabout they're no doubt going to have on the training pitches there, they might leave the training ground with the number 9 jersey. It's still vacant. You know, opportunity there for you boys and girls. Don't impress. They still do need that striker now. Eddie's a brilliant manager. He's a brilliant coach. I don't see any chink in his management. And if you look back over my history, if I do see chinks in management, I'll put it out there. I'll shine a light on it. I've fallen out with more managers than I've got on with. I've got all the respect and all the time in the world for Eddie Howe. Not because I like him, because he is brilliant. Because that's all of the evidence I see with my own eyes and everything that comes back to me. This could be one of the biggest challenges of his managerial career. It goes one of two ways. He's got to reintegrate somehow Alexander Isak into the dressing room. If they aren't able to sign that replacement, or if Liverpool don't come up with the package that deem acceptable, or he's got to then sell Alexander Isak, who is hugely popular amongst his teammates, amongst supporters. We all know the level of footballer he is, and he's then got to find a way to pick up the pieces of that on what is going to be no way to avoid it, either right on the eve of the season or 2 or 3 weeks into the season. It's a huge challenge. I would back him to do it.
The dynamics are interesting here, though, because, you know, Liverpool have said they're out now.
Massive pressure on Eddie, massive pressure. And especially, you know, if they don't pick up results, that's even worse. Because you add in the factor, not picking up results, the training dressing rooms is down in the dumps. Your biggest star player wants to leave. Everyone's depressed. You've brought in no signings.
No. So how do Newcastle go back and renegotiate if that does have to, if that's still the option?
Liverpool haven't set that out. That was a tactic in light of a £110 million offer being rejected on Friday. Liverpool haven't come this far to offer £10 million less than what they previously discussed verbally and just walk away from it.
Exactly. Liverpool, I reckon Liverpool simply put that £110 million bid just to show Isak, like, look, we want you, we want you, we want you, we want you. Stick to the plan and you'll be a Liverpool player. Simple as that.
Liverpool will return, but they'll only return when they see Newcastle bring in the replacement. Otherwise, they know the offer is going to be rejected and the price will creep up and up. Liverpool will come back.
Does he leave this summer then?
Who? Do you want yes or no? Or do you want narrative? What do you want?
Yes or no, really.
Yes.
Wow. Joel, what do you think?
I think he doesn't. I think you're right, though, Craig. I think Eddie's going to have a massive job because he's going to have to somehow reintegrate Alexander Isak into the first team. But it was interesting what was said. I saw in the notes. Eddie said he has to earn his way to. Is it earn his way to play? Earn his rights to play back in the first team. And to be honest with you, I think that is a way of saying, give it some time. And you
will know, mate, because he's literally said to him basically at the meeting, look, I want to go. Everyone is, Fabrizio Romano said it earlier in the video, earlier today. Oh, he wants to leave and he's not changing his mind. So that means he's basically never going to play then. By that logic of Eddie Howe, he's never going to play then.
He'll come back. He has no choice. This is one of the best strikers in the world. I think eventually, you know, and fans will remember and they'll forget you if he scores a few hat tricks and he's got 15 goals by Christmas.
Yeah,
he'll be all right.
And if he buries Sunderland in a derby, as well.
but if what Craig's saying, he's been unhappy for a year and he did incredible for the club during that season. 27 goals, an important goal in the Carabao Cup final. If he's upset again, it's going to take a lot. Knowing that he's got one more year left, or there's an agreement going to be made, he's going to be going the following season. I honestly think it'll all be subject to who they can get through the door. If Newcastle can't get that striker through the door,
would you be happy with Sesko? Because he's not getting the greatest write-up, is he? But
it depends what you're going to get. If you're getting Sesko, he's powerful, isn't he? He's probably ready for the Premier League. There's certain players come in and you think, you know what, that could take a little bit of time. I think because he's physically strong, he could probably come in. Could he do the same level as Isak? 100% no. But it's what it can create afterwards. That, you know, they're looking at Mark De Gea again from Crystal Palace, the defender again. That's coming. Can they build? And like we said from Brentford, could they get them 3 players in for the price of Isak? I think if Sesko comes, I think could it be, Craig, a monopoly of other players coming in on the back of it off the sale? Because I don't think they'll stop with Sesko, for example, if Isak goes. But if that main striker doesn't come, I don't think the other players will come, and I think Isak will stay.
Craig, the question we really want to know the answer to now is there room in this transfer window for anybody to come in? Because it does look like Sesko is leaning towards Old Trafford.
Yeah, there is room, and it's back to the drawing board now. Now they're in a strong position from a PSR perspective, and for all of the reasons I've outlined previously, that you've got that draw of the Champions League, you've got that draw of Eddie Howe, and there are other striking targets. There's Ollie Watkins, there's Johan Wissa, but I think what the club want to do is they need a replacement for Callum Wilson, first and foremost. You know, they need 2 strikers, not just one. Johan Wissa.
Yeah, but Wissa's going to be that guy, isn't he?
We're led to believe is the one they're going to pursue with regards to that. But then they need a younger model to come in and replace Alexander Isak if he is to go. Now, Benjamin Sesko ticked that box. If Sesko doesn't come in, and we don't think he is now, there's not many options out there. So I know I answered your yes-no question before with regards to Isak and said he will go. There is absolutely still the potential that he stays, and that is because Newcastle might have no alternative. They might have to say there's another £100,000 a week in a gentleman's agreement or a written agreement that you can go next summer. That option still is at play. I think it's less likely, but at the moment we don't just know this story is changing every day, every hour, every minute. And Newcastle fans might not want to hear it, but as a journalist, it's been fantastic to be at the heart of, even though it did drag me off a water slide at the very onset.
Craig, are your family still at the water slide park?
Yeah.
Where's Dad? There's announcements going out over the speaker. I'm back in the UK. They're still in Singapore. Could Mr. Ho please report to the air? No, they are back here with me now.
Craig, one final
I'm happy
question
to
before we let you go. If you could write the book of anybody in that Newcastle squad right now, whose book would it be?
Good question.
I might buy you the other door.
If he doesn't say Dan Burn here, I'll be horrified.
Come on.
Right, that's basically the Isak chat. Right, okay. I've just seen. Bear with people. Bear with. So yeah, look, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. There's no doubt in my mind. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, though, Nicholas Jackson will be one of the big names in the striker domino. See, Fabrizio name. Same as in Nkunku, Chelsea and Jackson are set to part ways this summer. Plan clear since July, both on club and player side. Newcastle, Spurs. If Richarlison leaves, and Italian clubs make contact. So if Richarlison leaves, Spurs are really going to make contact. Okay. Well, let's hope Richarlison stays. I think he goes to Newcastle, lads. Because then what happens is Jackson will fund Garnacho. Exactly, bro. Fabrizio knows what he's doing. That guy knows exactly what he's doing. Chat, hit these likes with the ball, by the way. Make sure you do so. Make sure you're doing so. Bear with me, chat, 1 minute while I just set some up. Right, there we go. Brian have been involved. Bro, Brian can sod off me. But yeah, chat, we're going to wrap it up here. No, it's been a long day, man. Been at work. I've come home and I've done a good hour and 15 minutes for you lot. But I'll be back tomorrow as normal in the afternoon. We'll have 2 streams tomorrow. Saturday we'll have the preview for the Palace game. Sunday we'll have the watch along and match reaction and everything. So We're going to go and raid Endman TV. Make sure you say footyreactstv raid. Big up to everyone. Hope we all have a fantastic rest of the evening. Hit the likes. Jackson's going to Newcastle. Isak's going to Anfield. Take care. Peace.